What we're saying is we're going to provide an absolutely top quality education that's aimed at academic excellence, but also excellence in building character within our pupils. That is not dependent on your family being able to afford to send you to the best school or being able to afford to buy the house in the right zone.
I'm a primary school principal and feeling a sense of frustration that some students in our school had a limited pathway and limited choice, and I could see a different pathway that would have been great for them but just didn't exist. And so I kind of started looking at this charter school thing and chatting with some people who are kind of like-minded about education. And that's when we sort of said, could we do this? Could we do something that was offering a different kind of education for kids that we know would benefit from it?
Like many people, I think I didn't know enough about charter schools when they first came out and what drives this process. Essentially in New Zealand, for various reasons, choice is really important in education, but at the moment choice is only available to those who can pay for it, either directly by taking advantage of some of our great independent and state integrated schools, or living in an area where they particularly identify with the philosophy of the local school. But if people don't have the ability to do that, they really are at a disadvantage if they want to engage in a style of education that more aligns with their family's values. So first and foremost, the charter school model provides choice at no cost. Most of what we know about how people learn is quite ancient. And when it's executed correctly, it's as feasible now and as effective now as it has been for thousands of years of cultural development and human development. The thing to understand is that it's not a doctrine or a particular curriculum, it's a way of looking at learning and a way of approaching learning so that most people can get most benefit out of their time at school. And I keep coming back to the analogy of the master key, because that's what we're doing here. We're giving our students the master keys that open all of the doors heading forwards. But it's that narrow focus and that ability to help them focus on mastery of key disciplines that makes all the difference and will make all the difference in their lives.
Devices have become a real distraction in schools, and I've seen this with my own kids. It's quite hard for children to differentiate between when a device is a tool and when a device is a distraction or something to have fun on. And so by not really having devices in school, we're going to be fully focused on the work at hand. The other element that's come in the last couple of years is AI as well, and that's become a real minefield for educators to understand how to operate in that space. So by removing that aspect as well, we're demanding of students that they think for themselves and they can articulate the way that they're thinking too.
The best way to think about it is to think about the really obscure exercise that you do in gym, that you think to yourself, when on earth would I ever do this in my real life? But that's not the point. It's what it stimulates in you that helps you become healthier and better in a physical sense. And studying things like Latin is exactly the same. So it might not make sense to someone if they look at it on face value, but if you dig into it and you look at the structure of the language and how it is the foundation language of many other languages, and also how its structure is so interesting and so fundamental to how we think, you start to see the utility in doing that seemingly strange thing. It's also tremendous fun, and that is one of the reasons that we are so passionate about it. Te Reo Māori is compulsory, Latin is compulsory, and as students enter their senior years from year 11 onward, they will be able to access many more languages because of the flexing they've done essentially in these fundamental languages early on in their school career.
I think there are lots of similarities between Altum Academy's curriculum and a state school curriculum. Maths is maths, English is English, science is science. They're all knowledge-rich subjects that state schools teach. I think the difference for us is the other subjects as well. So of course we've talked about the classics around Latin. I think music is really important in our curriculum. We want to make sure that kids are physically active as well and healthy. And we want to make sure that those subjects that we do teach, many of which are also taught in state schools, are taught in a systematic way following the science of learning, following Rosenshine's principles, making sure that we are addressing cognitive load theory, and that there are limited distractions for the students during the day, so that the pace of learning is probably more different than the actual curriculum.
Altum in 10 years' time is going to look significantly different in some ways, but very much the same in others. It will be much bigger than it is now in terms of the number of students, but in the classroom it will be almost no different. We will still be focused on the master keys of education. We will still be focused on the ultimate classroom experience for our students.
A school that everyone in New Zealand knows about, and they know it as the best school in New Zealand.
I think success for us at Altum is to have a hugely engaged community around us, to have parents who are so happy with their kids' education, to have happy kids, to have kids that are engaged, to have kids that feel success and make progress and feel good about themselves and have mana in themselves, and that we have a good reputation in the community as a community school.